Hey there, I'm Paul Sobin at Petals Yoga, and this short routine is especially for those who spend a lot of time on their feet. If you're on your feet all day, it is essential to move your body to keep it healthy, keep the joints moving. So this sequence can be done before you're up and at it, while you're up and at it, or after you're up and at it. Start your day, close your day, perfect to move through the whole body. And we'll start with fingertips on your shoulders. Do some shoulder circles. With your elbows, imagine you're drawing circles, and you bring your elbows forward. And breathe through your nose the whole time. Really focus on breathing. Something that we often don't do through the course of the day. We just move. And bringing our attention to our breath can actually help us to feel more in our body. Where are we tight? Where do we need to loosen up? And then let's reverse it. Maybe you could do big circles. Perhaps your shoulders are stiff and it's hard to do bigger circles. Just stick with smaller circles. Totally fine. A couple of more. All right, that's a good warm up for your shoulders. Now, with your right hand, grab your left wrist and stretch your arms overhead. Lean over to the right, pull on the left wrist, and look under your left arm. At the same time that you're doing this, pull your shoulders back towards the wall behind you and push out through the left side of your body, your left ribs. With your inhalation, come up and grab your right wrist with the left hand, leaning over to the left. Look under your right arm, draw your shoulders back. So you pull the head of your arm bones towards the back of the room. Breathing the whole time, in and out through your nose. With your next inhale, rise up and lower your arms. And if you're not breathing in and out through your nose, it's coming through your mouth, totally fine. Just make it a point as you do this routine to try to encourage nasal breathing. All right, neck. Right hand to the left ear, just above the left ear, and pull the right ear towards your right shoulder. At the same time, lower your left shoulder towards the floor. Feel the sensation, feel the stretch. So nice. For some, it's pretty intense. Then bring it back up, and we'll go to the other side. Left hand holding just above the right ear. Pull the left ear towards the left shoulder. Drop your right shoulder, creating more length through the right side of your neck. And the right trapezius, this upper part here of the shoulder. Then inhale and rise up. Now bring your hands, you can bring fists to your low back, just around the waistline area. And we'll try not to bend from the low back here. So draw your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine, lift your chin, and push your chest up, push your heart up towards the sky. So your fists are pressing into your low back, and you feel the back bend, especially in the upper back, just behind the heart, behind the chest. Try to squeeze your elbows towards each other. Couple more breaths here. Then you rise back up and release. Now come near a wall space. If the back of your legs, your hamstring muscles are tighter, this could be a challenging position, so you may need to bend your knees. In fact, we'll all start by bending our knees and then reaching our arms for the wall out in front. And ideally, your arms are parallel to the floor, level to the floor. And if you were to stretch your legs straight, your hips line up over your ankles. So if you're too far forward, your hips will be back behind the ankles. So maybe keep your knees bent, and if you're able to, stretch your legs straight and push into the wall. Stretch through your arms and take a few deep breaths here. Just feel the stretch on the back of your legs. And you can stay here. For those who are more flexible, walk your hands down the wall a little bit and perhaps even bring your hands all the way to the floor. And even if you're tighter here in the back of the legs, you could always bend your knees a little bit. and have your hands on the floor. But if you're really tight today in the hamstring muscles, just keep your hands on the wall. We'll be here just for a couple of more breaths. And with your next inhalation, come all the way back up to standing. Still at a wall space, take your left hand to the wall, reach behind and grab a hold of your right foot, stretching the front of the leg now in the quadricep muscle. So pull your foot in towards the outer hip and try to have your thigh bone, right, your leg bone, the upper leg, pointing straight down. So it's not forward, it's not back either. And your upper body straight up and down. So you're not leaning forward into this position. A couple more breaths here. Draw your right shoulder back. And then we'll release. Turn the other direction. Right hand against the wall. Left hand grabs a hold of the left foot. Pull the foot towards the outer hip. Try to stand more vertical, straight up and down through your right leg, through your upper body. Pull your left shoulder back. And release your foot. Shake it out, shake your legs out. And then take a wide stance. So your feet are wider than your hips, at least a few inches. And bring your hands to your hips. So this is a hamstring stretch again, back of the legs. You might need to start by bending your knees, and from your hips now, fold forward, bringing your hands to the floor. If you can't reach the floor, you might need a chair or some kind of a book or a block of some sort to prop yourself up. From here, you'll work your legs towards straight, and as much as you can, you'll bow forward. If you need to keep your knees bent, no problem. Hands stay touching something. Just don't dangle your arms in the air, because that puts a lot of tension in the low back. A couple of more breaths here. With your next inhalation, come all the way up to standing. Heel toe your feet in, bringing your feet together. And we'll close out with 5 squats, 5 of them. Depending on tightness in your hips and your legs and your ankles, you may do a quarter squat. Maybe you're here. Maybe you do a half squat. Maybe you do a full squat all the way down and then up. So your arms reach out, and then we exhale. You can exhale through the mouth as you rise up. And we'll go 5 times. And go to whatever level works best for you. So we inhale down, exhale through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more for good measure. 6. All right, and then bounce, shake it out. And there you have it. I hope you feel good in your body. Come back to this routine over and over. Thank you for joining me. All right.